What's going on? Good evening, everybody. I know I don't normally go live Monday night, but it was a busy day. Okay. And we're about a week away from pitchers and catchers reporting. So this is going to be a busy week. So if I have to go live every night, I will. There's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about. So if you haven't heard, the Royals, first thing we'll get to, for the Royals have agreed to an 11-year extension with their stud shortstop, still a pre-R player, Bobby Witt Jr. It's 11 years, about $288 million. With 3 more option years, I can put it up to about 377 million, which is complete insanity. He's got opt-outs after the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th year. So talk about locking, securing your young kids long term. And again, this is something that I hope the Yankees consider with some of their young kids, and I wouldn't wait as long. If they feel like if Volpe's going to be their guy, if they feel like Dominguez is going to be like their long term guy too. This is the 2nd year. He's going into a 3rd year of pre-arb now, Bobby Witt. So he's a year ahead of Volpe. So Volpe has a really good this year, really good season. Don't be surprised if he asks for similar money. So, and this is why it's crazy. I mean, the Atlanta Braves were smart. They locked up a lot of their kids at the start of their pre-arb. So, and they've locked up, 4, 5, 6 of them. And again, they've got them here for almost a decade. And they've secured pretty much all their prime years. These guys have reached free agency around the age of 30. At that point, they will have gotten all or most of their prime years. So I hope that the Yankees will consider doing something similar. But congratulations to Bobby Witt. Congratulations to the Royals. It's a pretty damn impressive extension there. So let me give a shout out to everybody in the chat here right away. Hit them likes, gang. If you don't mind, we got almost 100 people in here already. Let's try to get to 100 likes. Diver JC, Roy Carbone, what's good? Who else we got? Hayden, Peanut. All right. Yeah. What is Stephen B? Yeah, man. Who else? So Aiden's in the house too. What's up, Aiden? Who else want me? I want to give a shout out to everybody here. Roy. Yes, indeed. All right. Yeah, get them lights up. Please do, please do, please do. Jonathan's here. He is. There he is. So the offense, and we'll get into this too. I mean, the biggest gripe that fans had, and even I said it, they would disagree with me on a regular basis. I said, we got to get offense and pitching. They were like, no, we don't need pitching. We need offense. And look at it now. A lot of those people are angry that we haven't added more pitching. So, but Andy Martino reported today that he said that the Yankees are not satisfied with their pitching additions. So they still want to add to their pitching and most likely starting rotation. So he said, keep your eyes out for a potential spring training trade. It sounds like they might be looking for Shane Bieber's price to come down. Matt Blake likes him. He's connected to him. Speaking of the Cleveland Guardians, Emmanuel Clase is drawing interest now. He's officially on the block now. So don't be surprised if he gets moved, Emmanuel Clase. And that will be a huge addition to pretty much any team who wants a front-end closer. MLB Channel, what's happening? Yankee Mike, what is good? Peter Risbags. What's up, Peter? Steamer projections. Risberg's got, what are we projecting? Then we're projecting Judge at 45, Herman Soto at 39, Glaber 27, Rizzo 24, Volpe 20. Sounds about right. And I think Stanton will probably have similar 27, 28, but I think he'll have more RBIs because of a deeper lineup. He'll be driving in more players when he hits these home runs, more RBI opportunities. Maz is in the house, Fortrain, Jake Boss, Robert Johnson. And we'll get into the trade the Yankees made too. Jeffy, Edwin, retired Warwick. There he is. How you doing, my man? How you doing, brother? No, it's all good, brother. It's all good, Warvet. We missed you. We're happy to have you on with us now, man. All good. We got lives, we got priorities, we got families, we got to do things. So I get it. You'll always be a member of family here. So, Davey. So Caleb Ferguson. We'll get into the trade. The Yankees acquired Caleb Ferguson today, and the official return, it was actually updated and then updated and updated and updated. So Matt Gage, who they acquired last week off waivers, is officially part of the trade. And what's the other kid's name? Um, I have it in here somewhere. Anyway, so it's two guys. It was initially four, and Matt Crook was supposed to be in there, and another prospect too. But that wound up not being the case when the trade actually was finalized. It changed to just Matt Gage and a kid who pitched the, what is his name? Grayson? It's not Grayson Rodriguez, is it? It was supposed to be, no, not Grayson Rodriguez. It'll come. I'll find it. Um, but anyway, this is a ground ball pitcher. He throws 97, 98, throws hard. He doesn't induce as many ground balls as Wandy Peralta does, but he throws harder. He strikes out more guys. He walks less guys. So, and you've added him to Victor Gonzalez. We've got the Dodgers lefty relievers. And then the Dodgers in return got some of our kids. And they also re-signed, what's his name, Ryan Brazier. So good for them. So this is a solid trade. And again, this guy's not only spot starter, but he was an opener too. So he shows the versatility like Luke Weaver does, so that the Yankees can actually have time to not have to rush into a trade. You can find the right trade, and they don't have to make a desperation expensive signing just because people think they should. Okay. And again, just to put this in perspective, okay, Yankees, we know we've talked about this over the Cohen threshold. Let's just use Blake Snell as an example. Okay. He turned down 25 million. So let's just say he would cost 30 million bucks, which will be 60 million now for the Yankees. Okay. Which is complete insanity. So, and you have to give up 2 draft picks and international money. Now think about this. Let's just say Jordan Montgomery gets 20 million, Cody Bellinger gets 20 million, and Matt Chapman gets 20 million, right around there. 3 of those guys add up to $60 million. There are teams that can get all 3 of them for the price of the Yankees just getting Blake Snell alone. And the fact is, nobody is getting even one of these guys right now. None of them are signing. Not one. Not one. And the Yankees are getting hell for not drastically overpaying for somebody who turned them down already. What's up, Steels? I'm a huge fan of the Ferguson trade too, man. Jeffy. So, that. So just for perspective, and I don't buy we'll give Blake Snell, a short term with an opt out after the first year. Why would you give up all that and pay that for 1 year of Blake Snell? Why? I wouldn't do it. So, Peter Risbergs. Yankees don't need to beat out the Orioles. They need to win 95 games just to get in the damn playoffs. I agree, Peter. They beat the Orioles, it's an added bonus. If they get in the playoffs, everybody's 0-0 in the playoffs. So, and that's the key. I hear you, War Vet. Look, you take care of yourself. You take care of your body. You take care of your mind. You take care of your health. That's most important. We're always going to be here for you. This can be a therapy session for you anytime you need it to be. This is a Zen place. All right. We try to keep it chill. So you're always welcome here, man. Always welcome. Man. I'm glad to see you here. And if this helps, that's fantastic. It's fantastic. We have 50 likes. We got 142 people in here. If anybody hasn't hit the like button, just hit that thumbs up. Let's see how quickly we can bust past 100. I thank you for that, by the way. Dylan Cease, the asking price is insane. It sounds like they want Spencer Jones and Chase Hampton. It's a hard no for me. It's a hard no for a lot of folks. So, yeah, 2 solid lefties in the pen. And they've got other guys too. So they've got guys coming back. They added Cody Morris, Cody Poteet, Luke Weaver. Like, they've added a lot of guys. Scotty Frost is coming back. Luis Hill's coming back. You got Loizaga. You got Holmes. You got a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes. So this pen is good. Yeah, the Tony Kemp thing, we talked about it earlier. I don't know if it's due diligence because the Yankees do due diligence on everybody. So, but again, I taught you, like, the only way I could see Tony Kemp being a fit, because I don't see him being a fit now, is if they use Oswald Peraza and Everson Pereira to make a trade. It doesn't sound like it's going to happen with the Marlins because they're not. sounds like they're not interested in Oswald Peraza, so might have to have him with another team. So, um, but with that said, let's just say they trade Torres and bring Tony Kemp in there. That shows that they're not comfortable or they don't trust Peraza enough, right? Or if they move the other guys to get a trade, maybe they want to back up for Kemp because the only position he plays really in the infield is second base. So he's also plays in the outfield as a great defender. And so I can't see a fit here for Tony Kemp. But he killed the Yankees though. A lot of years he kills the Yankees. So Hampton or Warren might crack. Kick and palm. Hampton and Warren might crack. It all looks like the Yankees are gonna leave their fifth rotation spot open for one of their kids. Orioles gave up two prospects, and a competitive balanced draft pick. I think it's number 34 in the draft. So, Hayden, Blake Snell's lowers the man. Well, if he comes back to the Yankees, I mean, look, that's on them. But I'm not giving him a dime over what they offered him before. Why would they? Nobody else had an offer out to him. Why in the world would I give him more? Hell no. No way. All right, 70 likes. All right. Let's crack that 100, gang. Let's crack that 100. So, these are the things. There are certain teams that could get a Montgomery, get a Jorge Soler, get a Matt Chapman, get a combination of these guys, 2 or 3 of them, for less than it would cost for the Yankees to pay for Snell by himself. And teams are still not doing it. So this is, this goes to show you that the prices for free agents right now, especially Boris clients, are insanely high. And he still has these guys out there. So, yeah, Ferguson's got good off-speed stuff, Jerry. He's got good fastball, too. So, it's a good addition to the bullpen. I like these hard throws they have, off-speed guys they have. So it keeps the offensive opponents off balance, which is a good thing, which is really, really good. So, area from August through March. I hear you, War Vet, man. If there's anything we can do to help here, man, just let us know, man, really. We got your back, brother. Put sign Kiki before it's not a bad idea. Warren he's probably the most polished of the two. I know Hampton's got the best fastball in the system. Warren seems to be the most complete at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins if he wins his fifth starter spot, throws 120, 130 innings or something like that this year. Monty, I can't see. With Theo Epstein now becoming part owner of the Red Sox and a senior advisor, I could see Monty and a guy like Soler both going to the Red Sox. So, yeah, Orioles give up DJ Hall. They give up somebody else too, but Yankees gonna make another trade for Mookie. Not that I know, Jeffy. We don't know yet, Jeffy. Rays, yeah, Phil Matan, who cares? Another reliever, good, good for Rays, but he's not incrementally better than anybody else that the Yankees got. So, yes, King Solomon, yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. I mean, I love my Yankees. I love the martial arts, King Solomon, no doubt about it. When I'm on those mats, it's all that it's all focus right there. It's all I'm locked in on what I'm doing. So, same passion, no doubt about it. And again, I love the Yankees, King. So, I'm always going to have passion here. And I'm always going to exercise, common sense. I know it might drive some people crazy. And people have actually asked me, why do you use logic sometimes? And it's because that's me. So, 1 year, $48 million for Snellman. There's no way in the world. $48 million. That would cost $96 million for the Yankees this year. And why would anybody ever pay that much for 1 year of either one of those guys? Because either one of them, well, not Montgomery. Montgomery was acquired at the trade deadline, so he does not come with 2 draft picks or international money. But that is tied to Snell. You got to give up your second and fifth round picks and $1 million in international money, which is 20% of the outlay. So Hayden, they might be his only option, but at this point, he turned him down already. So, and that's why they pivoted to Marcus Stroman. And this is why. And again, when they initially offered Snell money, they were not over the threshold. And he turned them down. They pivoted. They brought in Stroman. Now they're over the threshold. So whatever they do now is completely different than what they would have done before. So like Snell before the threshold would not 30 million for Snell would not cost 60 million. 30 million for Snell now would cost 60 million. So every level gets penalized at a higher rate after over the thresholds. And the Yankees are over the highest one in baseball. They're the only one over that threshold. So they're the only team that would have to pay double, right? So and that's that's the Bellinger's still out there, Matt Chapman's still out there, Montgomery, yeah. All these guys are still out there. They're all represented by Scott Boras. All of them. No. No doubt about it, Warvet, brother. You know you got that, man. We got your 6, man. We got you. Chances Snell sits out season 2. I can't. Nah, that would be a bad idea for him. That's not going to help him sitting out the season. He might wait. There's a May deadline. That once you pass that, then you no longer owe draft picks and international money due to the qualifying offer. But if he waits, that's just going to be an abbreviated season. He's going to risk injury. It delays his preparation. So it doesn't make any sense for him to wait. You know what I mean? Could I see the Yankees hey, Audrey, shedding some payroll before I mean, maybe. At this point, I mean, the biggest shed that they can do would be Gleyber Torres because he's making about 14 million. So he's the biggest number they could cut. That's tradable. So, but I don't know if they're going to do that now. To be honest with you, Audrey, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, exactly right. Boris tactics are not really working Bandera this season. They're definitely not. So. Hit that like button, gang, by the way. Let's try to get to 200 likes. We got 175 people in here. If you don't mind, just hit that thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. It's always helpful. Should be a deadline for players. Yeah, they should be, Hayden. They should be. You're right about that. Deadline for players to sign. Also, if you have a player who's only one offer and doesn't get another offer for 30 days, he has to sign with that team. That's not a bad proposal either. But I would not do a 1-year deal for Blake Snell. There's no way. I doubt I doubt the Yankees are trading Stanton. And I doubt they're going to sign Montgomery or Snell. I'd be surprised. But it's on them if they want to add that money. So, and if they did, they would make sure that they were under the threshold next year. So that it resets the penalty to a degree. Bellinger to the Phillies? I don't know. Maybe. Where would he play is the question. Austin, yeah, Stanton's got a full no trade. He would have to waive it to go anywhere. Schraggy, I mean, I would say it's close to being done. I mean, there's only a week left for spring training, until spring training, so any ads, I mean, don't be surprised if they make a trade during spring training. Remember, players get cut all the time in spring training, so they'll either get released or put on waivers or whatnot or optioned out. And if that happens, guys get moved on a regular basis during the spring training. I mean, in April, the Yankees brought in Wandy Peralta in April. In April, they brought in Jose Trevino in April. So they've done a lot of April business. So, yeah, Sunil's right. He's got no trade clause. He would have to wait. Yep. And we are on the hook for all that money. Davey Snell, he's injury prone. I don't know how injury prone he is, but I don't know. So he's won the Cy Young. So, but the problem is he's good, and then he has 3 or 4 not so good years, and he has a great year again. So, is it worth what they would have to give him. And again, the Yankees are the only team that would have to pay 50 to 60 million for him. No one else would. Not one team. And that's a different calculus. So, you know, uh, they could probably do Baber in the spring. Um, I think if Clase gets moved, I think Bieber gets moved. So probably in that order, but you never know. Um, Keller, I don't know if he's going to be available in Pittsburgh. If he is, the Yankees would be wise to look into him. Edward Cabrera, another one would be wise to look into him. But I don't know, like the shortstop, you'd probably have to give a Brandon Maya, not excuse me, Roderick Arias to get an Edward Cabrera if they're not interested in Peraza. You probably would have to do that. Roderick Arias is pretty much blocked in the Bronx anyway. So he's got one of the highest ceilings of any of the infield prospects. But if you want a pitcher from the Marlins, you'll probably have to give up Arias. And I would rather give him up than Spencer Jones. So the Yankees made a trade with the Dodgers today. They got Caleb Ferguson. They got a lefty reliever. Bobby Witt signed a monster extension with the Royals. 22-year-old, $288 million extension, which is freaking crazy. You know, if Steinbrenner was alive, we would have Yamamoto, Snell, and Otani. Yeah, maybe, but that wouldn't have guaranteed us the World Series, Joseph. But, I wouldn't be surprised if he got all those. So, but I'm with Jonathan, too. I still think the Yankees aren't done. I still think they need to make a roster move, too, on the 40-man. So, why? Yeah, Warvet. I mean, they might, if depending on how they're performing. If they're contending, then they probably won't move those guys. They'll give them a qualifying offer and let them walk, and the Yankees will get, $2 million in international money back to them and 4 draft picks. So, that's a nice return. But if they can get more value in a trade, I could see them doing that too. If they can, if they can move one of them for a pitcher, then I could see that too. So, and yeah. So Neil's going on the YouTube TV boycott here because they dumped the MLB network, man, which is crazy. It's ridiculous. Owners are getting fed up with divorce. I'm not surprised. No surprise here. Joseph. I mean, he's making it difficult for these teams, man. Put their team together. Snell coming and Soler, but not all 3 benchies. No way. They'll get signed, but not all 3 by the Yankees. No way. That's what we're hearing from people, Davey, but we're not hearing it from the Yankees. So, and that's the thing. So, we can't say if it's true or fake news unless the Yankees actually do it. And the Yankees will never leak something like that ever. That's from beat writers and content creators and stuff like that, fans. So, but that's the prevailing sentiment that if he doesn't have a good year, and again, what's classified as a good year? Like if he hits 28 home runs and drives in 80, you're keeping him. I would. What's the point of getting rid of him? Why would you get rid of that production? So, he doesn't need to hit 45, 50. We have guys that do that already. But now the lineup again, his lineup's going to be much deeper. He's going to be hitting behind guys like Rizzo and Soto and Judge and Gleyber Torres instead of Franchi Cordero, Billy McKinney, Jake Bowers. It's going to be a different. It's going to be a deeper lineup. You'll have more RBI opportunities. So it's going to be a different ball game this year. This lineup is going to be much deeper than people think it is. How they set it up still remains to be seen. But I would, again, at this point, what they have, I'd probably lead off with DJ. I'd go Judge second, Soto third, Gleyber Torres fourth, Rizzo fifth, Stanton sixth, Verdugo seventh, Volpe eighth, than either Trevino or Austin Wells ninth. So I can't see them getting Bauer. I don't think anybody, Demon. In all honesty, I can't. I don't think any team is going to sign Trevor Bauer. I don't think so. No, I believe in forgiveness and then a second chance and redemption, but I'm not sure. He still has some baggage tied to him. I'm not sure if any team is going to want to be tied to that. You know what I mean? Snell. So if Snell comes back to the Yankees, I'd be surprised. I don't see at this point again. Like, why would the Yankees pay it now when they have to pay double? So that's the thing. Like, I would see a more, like Aiden says, to a Shane Bieber trade more than um, more than a Snell signing. You know what I mean? Yeah, Diver JC. Yeah, 100% a no. And I agree with Chris. I think Stanton's here to stay. A lot of Yankees had. Look, man. I said this yesterday too, Sean. You got a lot of guys right now that have been in Tampa like a month early, in shape, healthy, fit. The young guys are ready to step up and make a big impact. The veterans are healthy and fit too. Like, this is that I get a Tiger. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I haven't seen a team this hungry and focused in a while. This Yankee team, and a lot of these guys have a chip on their shoulder. And they're pissed off about how the season ended last year, and they're going to want to take it back, and they want to prove a lot of the doubters wrong. And they added Juan Soto, so they're going to be very exciting. They're going to be very aggressive, and you're going to maximize every opportunity they have. They got Verdugo. People were complaining about it, but I'll take him in the 7th spot or whatever. Like, hitting doubles left and right, contact hitter from the left-hand side. I'll take it all day. And, like, you can maneuver him around too. And that's the thing. Like, and you could have Grisham patrolling the center field and playing elite defense out there. So, a new manager, Boone's, I don't know. Boone, the people the players like Boone, Joseph. There's no manager that could have taken that team deep into the playoffs last year. It was a roster problem. So, the Yankees, yeah, I mean, they have a much better path towards the World Series in the American League. Matt, you're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. And Benji, I don't know if Arias is going to get traded or not, but they still haven't settled in arbitration. Jazz Chisholm lost his ARB hearing. Tanner Scott, they're going to ARB hearing too. So, like, I don't know. Arise. I mean, it'd be wise for them to move him and get some value back for him, unless it's pay the man and extend the man. Like, he's so good. What's up, TT? Talbot's in the house. Well, the thing, Dave Jiver, I can't see Volpe being moved for Arias. Volpe just won a Gold Glove, so why would they move him? Maybe he'll be third base, but you gotta also have Tyler Hardman there. You got a power hitting infielder too. So, you know what I mean? Joseph, I mean, if Miami came around and we were able to get, you're able to get Edward Cabrera, then that'd be a pretty good deal. I would take Edward Cabrera over Shane Bieber because of the 5 years of control that he has. So, Mason Bailey 745. I don't know who that is. Brandon Moore, or anything. I mean, we never know. We have people handing the Dodgers the World Championship already and handing the Orioles. Like, I'm not handing anybody anything yet. They have to play 162 games. That's it. All the teams. And then once they get to the playoffs, everybody's 0-0. You know what I mean? And Chris, you 100%, dude. Nobody's signing Barron until his court cases are finished. Yes, there's more. What do you call it? Accusers, more accusations out there. So, until that's resolved, I can't see anything happening. By the way, we have almost 200 people in here. Let's try to get to 200 likes. If anybody hasn't hit the like button, please hit the thumbs up. Let's try to get to 200, gang. I really, really appreciate it. Tony Pena. Why, Joseph? What makes Tony Pena a better manager? That's the question. I mean, George Steinbrenner was rejected by Greg Maddux. He offered more money to Greg Maddux. Maddux didn't want to come here. So he couldn't get, well, he could get. I mean, Brian Cashman wanted Vlad Guerrero Jr. and George Steinbrenner wanted Gary Sheffield instead, and he signed Sheffield. So, you know. Oh, I'm with you there. I mean, Cole is our clear-cut bulldog number one. That's not to take anything away from what Snell did this past year. It was a great season, but you know, I would not at this point. Again, Snell turned down money. He turned down 150 million from the Yankees. And they counter with 270 for 9, which is 30 million per. So, like, you know, it's crazy. That it's not really a way to get a team re-engaged to renegotiate and counter. But that's what they did. They flat out rejected the Yankees outright. So, you know, a lot of people care about the baggage demon D. Unfortunately, the Yankees care about the baggage. And again, this is one reason why, like, no other team is signing him too, because they all care about the baggage. So, not denying his talent. He's talented, man. He's got a good arm and he's durable. He's a tough gamer, but that baggage could cause problems. And I'm not surprised that other teams are not biting on it. You know. And Tyler's great point too. 5 catches still on the 40 man. I do expect one of those, at least one of them, to be traded, either before spring training or during spring training. So Sunil's in talks with Cashman to replace Mike Fishman as the head of analytics. Get in there, dude. What are you waiting for, man? Come on. Cohen threshold for salary cap. 297 million is the cutoff point. That's the Cohen threshold. That's the line that anything spent over that is taxed dollar for dollar. Period. And then there's other thresholds: 237 to 257, 257 to 277, 277, 297. So, and then the Cohen threshold is the highest threshold. And each level of threshold is taxed a little higher. So the Yankees do have to pay all those other penalties too. But the Cohen threshold is that. So, Chris, it's 297 million. The Yankees currently are at 306 million, and they have a $51 million luxury tax penalty as we speak right now. So they're going to pay at least 357 million this year. 357 million. Yep. That's big money. That's big money. So Phillies remain safe. I wouldn't be surprised, Jeffy. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Michael Cat, well, coming off the books from last year. Well, you may see Josh Donaldson's 25 million went down to 6. And they were just paying his buyout. And then this coming year, you have Donaldson's buyout coming off. You would have Torres' money coming off. You would have Verdugo's money coming off. You would essentially have Soto's money coming off if he's not extended, but I do think he will be extended. I think Clay Holmes is a free agent after this year too. So they've got quite a bit of money. Over the next 3 or 4 years, they have upwards of, it gets up to about 100 million coming off the books. So about 100 million coming off the next 3 years. So like let's see, and then after next year, you have Aaron Hicks' money coming off the books because they still pay him. The year after that, you have DJ's money coming off the books. The year after that, you got Stanton's money coming off the books. So, as well as some other guys too. But those are essentially the big outlays of salary that are coming off the books. Chris Braxton Garrett. Yeah, we've talked about Braxton Garrett here. Good. He's got 5 years of control too. He's a solid lefty. People keep talking about Luzardo. He's got 3 years of control. I'd rather get the other guys that have 5 years. And if you can get a Braxton for less than it would take for Luzardo, because the asking price apparently is Spencer Jones and either Will Warren or Chase Hampton and more. And I'm like, no way. No. Jerry, they have a ton in their system, but on their 40 man specifically, they've got 5 catchers on the 40 man. That's a lot of catchers. Basically, 12.5% of their 40 man are catchers. hmm I'm with you too, Warvet. I don't think Verdugo or Torres get re-signed. There's way too much infield depth and outfield depth for them to re-sign. So I do think both of them, if they have good years, and they're going into contract years, so I do think they're going to have solid years. That they'll be given a qualifying offer, reject them, and sign elsewhere for good contracts. So and the Yankees would get two draft picks for each one of them, and $1 million in international money for each one of them. So that'd be a nice return for the Yankees. Really nice return. Yeah, Davey, I wouldn't. Yeah, I can't see that unseating Volpe at shortstop, and I can't see anybody that's Hall of Fame potential like type of stuff. I don't know what that means. First of all, and like he's way too young for us to be out there. It's just like the comparisons from Jason Dominguez saying the next Mickey Mantle is to me is beyond insanity. This to me, I can't see him unseating. And if Volpe's a shortstop, it's gonna be really hard for him to unseat Anthony Volpe. If Volpe keeps getting better, Davey. But I'm hearing this same thing from about Roderick Garris, but he's got a way to go. He really does. But he's a high ranked prospect. There's no doubt about it. So I would imagine we're going to keep hearing about him, Davey. Yeah, they got Cal. They got 5 on the 40 men. Yeah, Yamamoto didn't want to be here, so Yankees dodged the bullet. They didn't have to cut. What do you call it? They didn't have to cut. Commit 10 years to him or 20 to Otani like the Dodgers have done. So how long did it take to cut Ellsbury? Well, a little bit different. Sean, his contract was insured, so the last 3 years were paid by insurance. So the money did not come out of the Yankees' pockets, but it still counted towards their payroll. So thankfully, his contract was insured. Stanton, they got in the trade, so that that's what do you call it? That's not not it's a no go for Stanton there. So, but yeah, they were lucky to insure Ellsbury's contract. Yeah, but again, like yeah, eventually they just basically DFA'd him and released him. So and they just waited for the money to contract to end so that they don't have to it wasn't counting towards their payroll anymore. So yeah, yeah, Giants are they're interested in Jorge Soler. I could see them signing Soler and Matt Chapman in all honesty. So yeah, could you imagine, Peter? Like if the Yankees, let's just say Tyler Glasnow, if the Yankees had the Dodgers starting rotation, right? Um, if they had Tyler Glasnow and Yamamoto, who's unproven, Glasnow, hasn't thrown more than 120 innings. Guy like Walker Buehler coming off surgery, right? Question marks, Bobby Miller and the rest of them, and Otani's not even pitching this year. Do you imagine the amount of hell we would get if we had their rotation? For some reason, they're being given the World Series championship out in LA, having that rotation. Crazy, right? Yeah. Yeah, we got a deep lineup, man. The luxury tax says, well, it takes effect. It depends on where they're at payroll wise at the end of the season. They have to pay it at the end of the season. So, but that's where they're projected right now, Warvet. So they would have to cut a lot of money. But you're right. It doesn't matter what the payroll is at the beginning of the season. It matters what it is at the end of the season, and that's when they calculate the luxury tax penalties. No, they would never do that. 1 year, $48 million for Snell. Why would they? Why would they ever do that? And they have to give up two draft picks and international money. There isn't a chance in the world. They would be. They would be beyond insane to do that. Heck no. I think Austin Wells will improve this year. I think Volpe's going to improve. Um, there might be more moves coming, Anthony, but the big move has already been made. It's Juan Soto. So, like, anything beyond that. So, but I think people need to get out of the mentality. I'm not saying you are, but there's so many people that are being fed this garbage that if it's not Yamamoto, it's dumpster diving. If it's not Snell, it's dumpster diving. We've been fed this Yamasoto baloney for months. And now that it hasn't happened, it's almost like they were getting fed this. So the Yankees kind of messed up. They didn't mess up their offseason. So they offered Yamamoto more than anybody else, AAV. And he wanted to go to the Dodgers. So he went to the Dodgers. They offered Snell. They were the only team to make an offer to Snell. He turned them down. He still doesn't have an offer to this day. They didn't mess that up either. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, just let people talk, Brandon Moore. Girardi is a Yes analyst now. He gets signed with the Yes Network the other day. Let people just continue that. They're gonna hate on Boone, they're gonna hate on Cashman, Brandon is all the time. They have nothing better to do with their lives than hate on these guys. So, let them. That's your order, Talbot. DJ Sono, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, Verdugo, Torres, Wells. My lineup is a little different, Talbot, but those guys are in it. I go DJ 1, Judge 2, Soto 3, Torres 4, Rizzo 5th, Stanton 6th, Verdugo 7th, Volpe 8th, Austin Wells or Jose Trevino 9th. I think, a good way to maximize their run production machine. So, but their lineup is deep, Talbot, so they can go a lot of different ways. They haven't been this deep in a while. So it's something to be encouraged about and be excited about. We got 113 likes. Let's try to get at least over 150 likes. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up, please hit that thumbs up. It's always helpful when you hit the thumbs up, gang. Is Warren on the 40-man roster? I don't think he is yet. Let's see. Let me pull up the Yankees 40-man roster as of today. All right. Let's see. Yankees 40-man roster. Okay. Pitchers: Clayton Beeter, Garrett Cole, Nestor Cortez, Scott Efros, Caleb Ferguson, Luis Hill, Victor Gonzalez, Yoendris Gomez, Ian Hamilton, Clay Holmes, Tommy Kahnle, Matt Crook, Jonathan Loaizaga, Ron Marinaccio, Cody Morris, Cody Poteet, Nick Ramirez, Carlos Rodon, Clark Schmidt, Marcus Stroman, Luke Weaver. He's not on the 40-man yet, Adam Warren. Not on the 40-man yet. So, but they could DFA somebody like Matt Crook to make room for an Adam Warren. And I do think he'll make the roster out of spring training. So Caleb's a good mid-level reliever, JJ. I mean, the Yankees have done good in the bullpen this offseason. They've done fantastic in the bullpen. And I agree with you too, Chicken Farm. I think Volpe will eventually be the leadoff hitter, but he's got to get, he's got to get that on-base percentage up. Sharif, I do not think he's a one and done. I don't think the Yankees are going to let him go. Joe, that was the update before Crook to the Dodgers, but then it's been recently been updated to 2 prospects. So Matt Crook was added to the trade earlier, but then let me pull up the trade again, which is crazy. So they must have updated their the actual trade. And here we go. And New York acquired Caleb Ferguson from Matt Gage and minor league right-hander Christian Zazueta. And that's it. So Crook is no longer in the trade. And that other guy is no longer in the trade. So it looks like it's been pared down from 4-1 to 2-1. So now they can DFA Crook to make room for Warren or something like that. So, Crook was taken out of the trade last minute. So, yep. Which is fine. Yeah, Diver JC. The names of in this train changed like all throughout the day, which is crazy. No problem, Joe. No problemo. But they did change throughout the day, which is crazy, which is crazy. So, but as of now, right now, Jonathan's right. Crook is still on the 40 man. He was on the 40 man before. He's still on there. So yeah, Padres agreed to 16. Yep, 4 million a year. He's got opt outs after every year. Wandy. So, you know, the final names, Dominic, were Matt Gage and Christian Zazueta. Zazueta, is that how you pronounce it? Um, Going to the Dodgers for Kelly. Yeah, Zazueta. He is a 19-year-old right-handed pitcher from the from Mexico, actually. Um, and a 19-year-old right-handed pitcher. And Matt Gage is a lefty that they got last week, claimed off waivers, I think, from the Blue Jays of the Astros. And he's a 30-year-old lefty. And then they got a little bit younger. Caleb Ferguson's 27, so, and a little bit of hard throwing now too. So, Padres got Yankees relievers, yeah, and the Mets got Yankee starters, Severino. So, but yeah, Crook was traded and then he was taken out of the trade. So, whatever, you know. I think the Yankees are going to go deep into. I do too, Ollie. I feel good about this Yankees team. Grisham plays all outfield positions, Warvet, but he's elite. He's an elite defender, and he's best suited for center field. So he'll be a good center field either late inning defensive replacement or a platoon guy to give guys like Judge a DH day or Judge an off day if Stanton can't play the outfield or whatever. It's actually good that they have this outfield depth now. Much better outfield depth than they had last year. I came in Verdugo. That's massive upgrade in outfield depth. No doubt, Dominic. No doubt, brother. Gage, yeah, exactly. We hardly knew you. Yep. I'm telling you. I like it, Sean. Captain America and the Hulk combined. Stanton is Thor, Aris, and Soto is Superman. I like it. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. They got much better defensively. And before the season started, the Yankees were minus 26 defensive runs saved in the outfield. Alex Verdugo himself was plus 9. So it was a massive upgrade in outfield defense. Massive upgrade. You know? So yeah, Johnny, you're not wrong. Dodgers can resurrect pitchers' career. So can the Tampa Bay Rays. You know? But I do expect the Yankees to be active at the deadline too, because I don't think they're going to be far away from a top contention. I think they're going to be pretty damn good. Grisham could probably lead off Dominic too. So can Verdugo. He might be able to lead off against righties. DJ can lead off against lefties. Like they have a lot of options now. They do. So I don't know. I don't know, Joe, if he brought that 200 bat, but he brought his elite glove. So I think he's going to be more of a defensive option in the outfield for the Yankees. So, but I'm with you too, Jeffy. I think the Yankees are going to make more trades. Don't be surprised if they make more trades this week. So don't be surprised. And there's still a week left in the training. There's almost 100 guys that are still not signed either. So, and the Yankees are still on the prowl for pitching. So, and that's it's a good thing, you know. And again, they've been the busiest team this whole offseason. Them and the Dodgers. They really have. And they have two GMs that trust each other. You know, they have a good working relationship, so that's why they'll trade with each other. So I'm hearing that there's a little bit of tension between the Brewers and the Yankees, which is probably why they didn't trade for Corbin Burns. So I will see, JJ. We'll see. No idea. The Yankees play and they win well this year, then, you know, I think priority number one is to re-sign Juan Soto. Same thing. I hope, yeah, Rodon and Nestor Cortez stay healthy. They're fit and in shape right now. They've been in Tampa for weeks, so they look better. So I hope so. I really do. I really, really hope so. So, yeah, the Dodgers re-signed Ryan Brazier. he did much better with Boston. I mean, with Dodgers than he did in Boston. That's for sure. Yeah, and that's also um what do you call it? Matt Blake does with relievers too. Yeah, Soto's priority number one. Dave Jiver, number one. I don't know if he's lost his mojo yet. Maybe with some of the fans, Ben, but he's he's had a this team has gotten massively better this offseason. Best 1-2 punch I've ever seen with the Yankees. Ricky has some really well, we have Judge and Soto. That's better than Ricky and Willie. But 1-2, and they're probably gonna be 2-3. Let's see. Probably Jeter Bernie. I would say that's up there too. And the best 2-3 puncher would probably be Soto Judge. That'll be comparable to like Ruth and Gehrig, something like that. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's probably the best 1-2 I've seen. Well, JJ, $100 million are freed up over the course of the next 4 years, not all next year. They don't drop $100 million next year. But Soto Burns are. I mean, Soto's here. Burns, I don't know if the Orioles are going to let him get the free agency. Just like I don't think the Yankees are going to let Soto get the free agency. So, but Glaber, I'm with you, good Joseph. I don't think Glaber's going to come back. I don't think Verdugo's going to come back. I'm not sure if Holmes will come back. So there's going to be a lot of turnover. We got 162 likes. Maybe we can get to 200 likes. We have 38 people who haven't hit that like button yet. Soriano Jeter. 14 years, 658, 47 per hour. Chris Schmidt, I have a feeling it's going to be around that money, around that cost. I've already given my there he is, and if he's in the house, my man. And Mads is still in here too. I don't know if he's still here with us. Mads was here as well. Man, if he just got done teaching BJJ and Muay Thai, man. My fellow martial arts practitioner. The problem, Joseph, with Brandon Woodruff is I don't know if they're going to want to pay double this year just to have him rehab all year and not pitch at all. So it would have to be a very cheap, low salary deal this year, and then you can, incentivize the hell out of it for next year. So that would be the only way I would probably consider it for Woodruff, Joseph. But we'll see. Yeah. Orioles got to lock up Rutschman. They made to lock up Jackson Holliday. Like, they got dudes to lock up. Yeah, I think they will, JJ. I think they will do whatever they can to keep Juan Soto here. Soriano 40-40, yeah. Yeah, Sean. He was a good player, Soriano. He was. Yankees, the Red Sox reunion with who? Michael Lorenzen on the cheap. I'm hearing Lorenzen. I'm hearing Clevenger too. There's a lot of names being floated around in the Yankees world right now. And yeah, my man NFE from the strike zone just hit his 300 subscriber milestone today. So congratulations to the strike zone. If anybody in here hasn't subscribed to this channel, please do. He's a member of the 161 family. Great content, great dude, a fellow martial artist. So I want you to keep up the good work, man. Yeah, congratulations to the strike zone, man. Yes, sir. Oh, Boston there. Dio Epstein is back in Boston. He became part owner of the Fenway Sports Group, so he's part owner of the Red Sox and a senior consultant. So, if anybody can throw some boldness into the Red Sox back into their bones, it's Theo Epstein. Ben, man, I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's you guys and gals. You guys and gals are the reason. Remember that. Call the Pratt's a good question, Morvet. I mean, let's see. Of those guys, I could see Jones called up later on this year. Rice, maybe Hampton, I could see getting a call up maybe in September. Beater, I could see getting a call up maybe in the spring. Beater and Warren, I think, are already in AAA. Hampton's in AA. So they're closer. So, nope, Bellinger's not signed yet. Matt Chapman's not signed. Montgomery's not signed. Blake Snell's not signed. They're all free agents. So, I think Epstein, I wouldn't be surprised if Epstein recommended those. If Burns gets the free agency, I think the Yankees will go for him. So, oh, you got that right. If they win 28, that's a big Mac apple pie celebration. 100% chicken parm. Yeah, Lorenzen be another good rover like Luke Weaver. So could Mike Clevenger too. So, they're all represented by one agent, Ben Nolan. Every one of them, Scott Boras. Yep, he does this every year. Samurai, yeah, he has made it clear, but I don't know what the owners of the new owners of the Orioles, whether they would try their best to make it hard for him to not go to free agency. So I could see them giving him a massive overpay. I could see it happening, but we'll see. You know, maybe he was like, no, I want to get the free agency. So, and then, you know, excuse me, it's all no holds barred, no holds barred. Lorenzen will probably cost 11 to 12. That's right, Joseph. There would have to be some salary offsetting in that if that's the case. Yeah, this is the strongest the farm system has been for on a while. More of it on the pitching side and the offensive side. So, yeah. Coaches, trainers, drafting. Brian Cashman drafted these guys. So, you know, I know a lot of people don't like to give Brian Cashman credit, but it's important to do that when it's due. You can criticize him too, but, you know, it's important to give him credit when it's due too. So, I don't see it, Big Ant NYC, not for Dylan Cease, because the asking price right now is still through the roof. If they lower their asking price from Spencer Jones and Chase Hampton, then maybe. But I'm not giving Spencer Jones for Dylan Cease. You're right. They don't get as much credit as they deserve. Warpath, they don't. I mean, I get called a Cashman apologist, Cashman lover, making excuses for Cashman. Just pointing out things that he does well. You know? People, you know, some people have nothing better to do with their times and they have to bash them. Because it's an ego stroke for them. Whatever. Sean, they're looking to expand to 2 more teams before the next CBA. That's what we're hearing. So, yeah, I get it a lot, Samurai. They're very hard on me about Cashman and the Burns trade. Like, you know, look, he went to the Orioles. Congratulations to them. That doesn't mean the Cashman's fault. People are saying that he was asleep at the wheel or knew. Like, we can't prove that the Orioles told the Yankees this is what they're offering us. We can't prove that the Brewers did that. Brewers are not going to do that and say this is exactly what they gave. You got to go better. Like, they don't do that. They don't. And I'm with Jonathan. I don't think Dylan Cease gets traded to the Yankees either. Rizzo to Seattle. For France, huh? Intriguing. Interesting trade there, Joseph. Hmm. Yeah, I I'm not. He throws 30 games and 200 innings. Great. So what? But need more net. Send Rizzo to shadow for France, huh? What do we like about France? Um, Chris offered to get Braxton Garrett, Everson Pereira, maybe a Roderick Arias, maybe a Chase Hampton, but you get 5 years of Braxton Garrett. So that to me, um, you know, it's better than 2 years of Cease. Clevenger, I could see him costing between 7 and 10 million bucks, Chris. Fresh face. Well, who would be the fresh face, Ben, and GM? That would be my question. Which two A's would I want to see land as expansions? Yeah, I'd say Nashville, Tennessee. That's been a talk. And I wonder if New Mexico would do it. Or bring back the Montreal Expos. Yeah. Wink, that's a good one. Bring back the Montreal Expos. Well, Samurai, I mean, got a lot of, you know, a lot of folks don't give him any credit. So, but whatever, it's fine. Oakland should have a team in Vegas. You know what's funny? Also, Vegas is showing a lukewarm reception to Oakland. So I don't really know if they really want the A's to be there or not. So no, I'm curious about that one. You know? Yeah, that's right. It snowed a couple days ago. You blame Cat. That's right, man. That's right. My lower back was hurting me on the right hand side the other day. I think it might be Cashman's fault too in the face. So Kim Ming, yeah, I think she's still available, but they're not going to replace Cashman with Kim Ming. We know that already. But if they brought her in here to add to the brain trust, I would not be offended. But they're not going to replace Cashman with his former assistant. They're not going to do that. Yeah, Rizzo was on pace. He had that collision with Tatis. Yep, damn concussion. And again, but he's healthy now. He got a clean bill of health from his doctors, not the Yankees doctors, from his doctors. So that's a good sign too. And there's a lot of skeptical people on the Yankees doctors, and I get it, totally get it. France, huh? Yeah, I would agree, Dominic. He's gonna want. I mean, um, I think Rizzo, I think DJ, I think Stanton, I think Rodon are gonna have chips on their shoulders. They're gonna want to prove a lot of people wrong. So the Orioles off the same package of Dylan Cease. All right. All righty, 25 likes. We got 175 likes. Hit that likey button if you haven't done that yet. Let's try to get to 200 if we can. Can we do that right now? Can we have 25 people who haven't hit that like button yet? Yeah, Expo. I think the Expos would be pretty cool. Nashville and Montreal. I'll take those two. But the Astros and oh god, yeah, Dominic, yeah, get him. You know, get him out of here. You got choked out in class by black belt strike zone. But you're right. It is Cashman's fault. You stumped your knee in the bumped your knee in the coffee table. you guys are silly and funny, man. But yeah, Vegas. I mean, they're pretty popular with the football. But again, they showed a lukewarm reception to the baseball team, so I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Carl Torch is in the house. There he is, Coach Carl. Hope you're feeling better, my man. And you're right about that. A little bit under 2 weeks. Some fireworks coming. Yankees made a trade today with the Dodgers. They got another left-handed reliever to throw a hard-throwing reliever. They're still, and even Andy Martino reported today they're still not satisfied with their starting pitching. So they're quietly looking for a starting pitcher. Who? We'll see. That we don't know yet. That we do not know yet. No. Portland, Oregon. Okay. I like the ideas, folks. Las Vegas. Yeah, well, this is true, JJ. But, they're filling up the Raiders Stadium, that's for sure. Las Vegas move is being challenged by a teachers union. Is that right, Diver JC? I didn't realize that. Challenged by a teachers union, huh? I wonder why. Interesting. Yeah, Keller Ferguson, who's the reliever that the Yankees got today from the Dodgers. He's a hard throwing, throws like 97, 98 from the left-handed side. He's got nasty off-speed stuff. He induces a lot of ground balls, not as many as Wandy, but he gets more strikeouts than Wandy. He walks less guys than Wandy, so he brings another dynamic to this bullpen. He really does. And they've got Victor Gonzalez, another hard throwing lefty from the Dodgers. So they've added a lot of different looks to the bullpen this year. So that excites me. So oh boy. You talking about Ty France? Is that the guy from Seattle? How many players already in Tampa? It sounds like it's about 2 dozen. Vet. About 2 dozens right now. And if you look at the Glayway, who's Gleyber Torres has his own YouTube channel now, you see him in the lab in Tampa with Aaron Judge, Oswaldo Cabrera, and sometimes some other players. But James Rosen, their new hitting coach, has been there with them for a couple months now. And he's developing a rapport with a lot of these young hitters. He already has a rapport with Aaron Judge, so that's a fantastic thing that they're doing together. And they're really, really working on, approaching and making adjustments and, giving Rosen an opportunity to get to know all the different types of styles of hitting and approaches. So it's I'm excited. That excites me. So kind of the new hitting. I'm telling you, it's right. And I think the hitting coaches are gonna be quietly good for the Yankees. And it sounds pretty adaptable. So like there'll be folks, and just Keller Ferguson himself, he admits he's not an analytic guy really. He just wants to go out there and get guys out. So I'm curious to see how Rosen will approach guys that are analytically driven and guys that are not analytically driven. So, and how adaptable he is to both kinds of guys, both kinds of approaches. So I'm very curious to see. 9,000 for that's very normal. $9,000 is crazy, but Super Bowl tickets are insane, and it's in Vegas too. So it's that's the Super Bowl. So who else can we get from the? I know Ben, right? It's all good, Warvet. Yeah, man, I'm on Twitter or X or whatever you call it, to promote the baseball, and I've got a running channel that I promote on there and Facebook too. So I promote them on there too. Any words? So Carl, we've got Carlos Rodon, got Nestor Cortez, Gleyber Torres, Oswald Peraza, Anthony Volpe, Oswaldo Cabrera, Aaron Judge, I think Anthony Rizzo. There's between a dozen and 2 dozen guys out there, really, and some other guy, Jason Dominguez, Spencer Jones, some of the young super prospects are there, and so that's who I know for sure, Carl. That we have out there right now. So That encouraged the heck out of me. Yeah, Dominic, I have a good feeling about Ferguson too. So I agree. Yeah, so we're here. So Lara, Tanya, how are you? Might go to the Giants. I had him pegged to get Matt Chapman. They could get both of them, to be honest with you, Chapman and Soler. To add to, they already got Hungjo. What's the guy's name? Hungju Jung Hoo Lee, the outfielder from South Korea. He's out there now. Getting hung up on these names, but they've got him too. Yep, it was a good move. Yeah, I know some people, Avenged Empire. Yeah, I mean, I know some people want to call Dodgers the evil empire yet, but I'm not. I'm gonna refrain from doing that. They've got to win some championships first to even consider that. So Billy Clemenza, Yankees traded for a reliever from the Dodgers. Bobby Witt Jr. got a $288 million extension today from the Royals. And with 3 more option years, that could put it up to 377. I don't know if you heard about that one, Billy. That's the crazy news of the day. Diego Castillo, who they claimed last week off waivers, the Yankees, has been claimed off waivers today by the Phillies. So a lot of kind of small moves and superfluous pieces too. So yeah, I know, JJ. I know. I'm only on there to promote the Yankee channel, JJ. So um, but let's see if there's any other news, Billy. While we've got it up, let's see. The Rays officially signed Phil Matan, reliever. Um, Marlins are really finalizing. Well, they're getting narrowing down their choices for a shortstop. Giants are in talks with Jorge Soler. Johnny Cueto plans on pitching in 2024. Dodgers actually looked into trades for Shane Bieber and Jesus Luzardo. So that's what we kind of have right now. That's been going on today, Billy. So, but the big news, I mean, obviously, aside from that big extension, is the Yankees trade with the Dodgers. So, you know, Korean, drunk Korean kid from the Pirate. Oh, yeah. The one who we traded there for Clay Holmes, was it Hoyt Park? I think he's no longer with the Pirates. I think he's out of the game right now. But yeah, yeah, I'm telling you, Billy, that's a monster deal by Billy and by the Royals. And again, like, I hope the Yankees consider locking up and extending Volpe and Dominguez before they get before they get to arbitration, because then they're going to cost they're going to be extremely expensive. So I would watch out for that. I mean, right, the Royals, and they've gotten quietly good. They've added Will Smith, they've added some other players, so I could see the Royals being competitive in the AL Central as well. So yeah, Strike's on saying the same, and if he's saying the same thing, I agree. Sneaky good. They could. I mean, I know the Guardians want to contend. The White Sox are kind of in disarray, so the Tigers are in disarray. So like that division, I think, is wide open. I really do think that. So yeah, they've made a couple of incremental improvements. More of it, yeah. The Royals quietly gotten better. The Giants will sign Matt Chapman and Blake Snell. Yeah, I heard that too. We'll see if they do. If they do, good for them. They're in a position to overpay players. They've struck out on Carlos Correa, Aaron Judge, and a lot of the big dogs. So I wouldn't be surprised if they made a that type of splash. Yeah, Jung Hoo Lee, Ben, he's with the Giants now. He's signed with the Giants. The guy from South Korea couldn't stop drinking. That's probably a different one then. Jung Hoo Kang, I don't remember that one. He couldn't stop drinking. Oh boy. The Twins, yeah. I mean, they did lose Sonny Gray. They did trade away Jorge Polanco to the Mariners. So Yep. Davey, do I remember that hitting style in the 80s, early 90s, where if you swung, you looked down on the ball? Is that a Tony Gwynn thing? You lead with the hands and then drive at that, but you lead with the hands and then everything else comes behind it. It keeps the bat over the plate, keeps the barrel over the plate, gives you more coverage of the ball. I think it might be a Tony Gwynn approach, Davey, which again, you're going to learn from somebody. He's a heck of a guy to learn from, Tony Gwynn. Let me rest in peace. You know, if Snell and Bellinger are willing to defer money, whatever's on the payroll now, like I'll give you an example, the Otani deal, only 2 million is applied to their payroll over the next 10 years per year. After that, when he's not playing, $68 million a year is going to be accounted towards their payroll. So it's going to be harder for them to sign guys when he's not playing than when he is, which is crazy, but that's what they wanted to do. But it also made it possible for them to get Yamamoto and make all these other moves they wanted to make too. So they're clearly going to try to win the World Series. So yeah, democracy matters. They moved Matt Gage to the Dodgers today for Caleb Ferguson, younger, harder throwing left-handed reliever. So in a way, they incrementally got better today. He drank himself out of baseball. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Gwynn, Boggs, Rod Carew. Same style from Billy Ripken is popular. But Gwynn was amazing. Tony Gwynn I loved watching him. So I don't know if the Phillies will sign all those guys. We'll see what they do. Yeah, well, exactly. The more money his clients make, JJ, the more money he makes. So it makes sense for him to try to get maximize it. And some of these players might be like, look, man, this isn't really, I want to sign, I want to play, I want to report to spring training on time. So let's just get a deal done. So, and again, it's his job. He works for them. They don't work for him. So if they want to get a deal done, he's got to get a deal done for them. Otherwise he'll get fired. So Soto needs to lose. Yeah, yeah. Yes, he does, Ben. Yes, he does. Well, exactly, Billy. And again, deferring there's a lot of other, tax implications and all this stuff too you know, that the Dodgers are going to have to deal with for the next 2 decades. And I don't think the Yankees are going to want to be in that boat. I really don't. George Brett, no doubt about it. Charlie Lau, yeah. I met him a long time ago. Charlie Lau. Which prospect do you think these crack the rotation this year? Will Warren, Chris. I think Will Warren. If Soto wants Otani money, he's probably going to get it. He's probably going to get it. Otani was 30. Soto's 25. So it would probably be laid out differently. 14 years for 700, that's 50 million per. It's less than 70 million per for Otani. So, yeah, I think Hampton and Will Clayton Beater are not far behind Will Warren. But Will Warren, as far as we know right now, he's the most complete, most major league ready of the Yankee prospect pitchers. Beater's got the best fastball, best power pitch combo, and then not Beater, excuse me, Hampton. And Beater's got a good, some of the best off-speed stuff, as did Drew Thorpe before they traded him to the Padres. Tani pitches too, yeah, but he's also 5 years older. That's why, he'll get 70 million a year, and so do 50 million a year is nothing to sniff at for Soto. So, but he has every argument now. Now that Otani has got that money, if he has a good year, Boris is definitely going to go for that. 184 likes. All right, we need 16 to get to 200. Well, I'll take 45 for 14 years. I'll take that. I will take that, Samurai. Maybe Mexico City, Davey. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where they're going to expand, Davey, to be honest with you. Yankees trade for Kyle Tucker. I can't see it happening, Jeffy, to be honest with you. And the Astros are going to lock him up. And where's he going to play? I'm not going to trade from him and let Soto walk. There's no way. Oh, Bartolo played in his 40s. Yeah, he did. Yes, he did, JJ. Yes, almost at 50. Yeah. Oh, it's Andrew Dang. It's a different game today. It's more athlete oriented. It's a whole different look. Players throw harder, better athletes. But the risk of getting hurt is more substantial too. So there's a balance on both sides, the yin and the yang there. Yankees looking to a lot. I don't think so, Felipe. I don't think they would. They have guys like Ben Rice, and other guys who can cover first base without paying 200 and plus million for Pete Alonso, which he's going to cost. 14 years, 658. That's a crazy deal, Chris, but it might cost that. It might cost with an opt out after 6 years. Yep, you give him an opt out, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, Bartolo Colon was definitely a unique player. Big, sexy. Yep. Yep. When the Yankees got Brett out by Billy, yeah, and he had too much pine tar. They got him, but George Brett. I mean, he was, he's to kill the Yankees. He's a great player, man. He was good in Minnesota with JJ, but he came over there and then he was paired with Manny Ramirez, and it just clicked for him in Boston. And obviously he juiced. He got popped for juicing, and he admitted it. But he just was. He had a better everything, better environment, better team, better staff working with him, and he came out of his shell in Boston. That's for sure. And he was perfect. He was a clutch hitter to the highest levels. Give Soto 5 years, 300 with options for 6 and 7. I don't think, honestly, Dom. I mean, I'd like that, but I don't think he's gonna go for the gusto. He's gonna get a huge deal. Huge democracy over 10 years. Shelly Duncan, Bubba Cry. Shelly Duncan's the coach for the AAA team. So, the manager of a AAA team. Mm-hmm. Scranton Rail Riders. He's the head coach. Yeah. Diver JC, yeah. George Brett flipped out that game. So the Pine Tar game. Yeah, Boris is 70, so I could see him retiring in a few years too, which is another reason why I don't see any deferred. He's not going to want to wait a decade to get paid out on money that's deferred. 12 for 600 opt-outs after year 5 and 7. If you can get him to take that, I do it. Mm-hmm. I remember that. George Brett instantly. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what the opt-outs are for in democracy. So that it gives him security, but it also protects him so that if he has the security of a long-term deal, so that if he gets hurt in an opt-out year, he could not opt out and stay there and keep collecting his contract. So, the longer contracts with opt-outs are probably more appealing to the players at this point. Because they would still get a guaranteed 12-year deal regardless. 109. All right, we need 10 likes to get to 100. To get to 200, excuse me. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done that yet, please do. And I'll wrap it up in a minute as well. I'm going to try to get 200 likes before I wrap it up. But I greatly appreciate it. The Mets do not have enough players, and they know that. They're kind of revamping themselves. They're letting their prospects develop a little bit more. They got good prospects after they traded away Verlander and Scherzer, so I think they're okay. I think they're okay. George Brett and Gossage, oh, you got that right. 10 for 550. I think it's going to be more than that, Democracy. But if you can get him for that, I mean, it's hard to not. It's hard to not do that. So teach that killer. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll do it in spring training, JJ. I know Jabba Chamberlain. I spoke to him. He tried to learn that cutter, and he had nasty off-speed touch too stuff, and he couldn't figure it out. He couldn't get it. And I had a whole conversation with Jabba Chamberlain about that, and he could not figure out that cutter. So this is like a gift that Mariano Rivera was born with, like the only person like, in the world who could do it. So yeah, they signed a couple of relievers, Diekman and Fujinami, the Mets. They're getting incremental signings. And, I think they'll be decent actually this year. It's going to be hard for them to get past the Phillies and the Braves, but I think they're going to be better than people give them credit for. So 195. We need 5 likes to get to 200. All right. 12 years for 600 is probably more online, but I'm thinking Sean Rowney, which is 50 per. I mean, you can opt out after 6 or 7 years. Roy Halladay learned them all. Yeah, well, he was also special, wasn't he, Jonathan? I mean, that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. Oh. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, JJ. He takes that cut to his grave. Yeah, give that secret sauce to somebody. So give it to one of the Yankees. The Mets should go after Soler. It'd be nice if they did. Yeah. I think they're going to continue to make some more incremental moves, clear out some payroll so that they can strike in next free agency. I think they're going to wind up doing that, but we'll see what they do. Anyone concerned about the car? Yeah, it's crazy, Michael. The game is very healthy. Obviously, the teams and they're very rich, but yeah, it's unfortunate that you have to charge so much just to afford some of these freaking salaries. Felipe, I don't think at this point, David Robinson, I don't think the Yankees need anybody else in the bullpen with the moves that they've made recently. I can't see now, unless Clase becomes a thing. I can't see them, or Devin Williams becomes a thing. Aside from that, I can't see any other move. Yeah, he was a failed starter, Davey. That turned into a reliever. Yep. Why didn't we give up Posada? Don't know, JJ. Did he interview? Did he say he wanted it? I don't know. You were at Mariano's last game. Oh man. That's awesome, Jonathan. That's awesome, dude. Why do I think the Yankees are any better than last year? Well, they have a much deeper team, a much better much better lineup, much better bench depth, much better infield depth, outfield depth, much better bullpen, a better starting rotation. They got a more balanced coaching staff too, so I think they are significantly better than last year, Christopher. And the guys right now are healthy, so but we need them to stay healthy. I feel like that Rodon didn't come into the season in shape last year, but he did this year. Came back into the season in shape, and it looks like Nestor Cortez is coming to the season in shape too. So is Stanton. He's leaned out. So I think the Yankees have gotten off to a head start and a good start this season. So for those reasons, I think the Yankees are better. So, and they addressed their biggest needs. They really did. So our improvement's not neutralized. No, it's not. They got better. That doesn't mean we got less better, JJ. Good for them. But that doesn't mean we got less better. We still improved more than the Orioles. Whether that means we win the division, I have no idea. No idea. So, and I'm not, and I don't think they're going to hand the Orioles the AL East deal either. So we'll see. David Robinson, I don't think he's signed yet, Chris Schmidt. Yeah, no kidding. Medical staff do their jobs, trainers, doctors. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're going to be fun to watch. No doubt about that. Dominic, no doubt. Tiny baseball and Dave Winfield. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. A great pair. But let me wrap this up, gang. I want to thank you so much for coming on. This is a great discussion. That's what we have right now. Let me take a quick look and see if anything else has happened while we've been on here, just to be on the safe side. So that if any news pops out, you'll get it. The Marlins signed pitcher to a minor league contract. David Robertson. With who? Who did he sign with? The Mets? Oh, he signed with the Texas Rangers. Okay. Signed with the Texas Rangers. Yep. Good for him. 94 to 97 wins for the Yankees. Yeah. Tony Camp. Yeah. I don't know if there's a fit. There's too many things that have to happen for him to be a fit here. Democracy, the way I see it. Yeah, but again, you never know. You never really know. I don't know what their thought process is behind it, but yeah. So David Robinson in Texas. I don't see anything else here. So with that, have a great night. Peace and love to all you. Hit that like button on the way if you haven't done that yet. You want to get over 200 likes. I think we're like 3 likes away from 200. Could I see? Could I see a starter coming to the Yankees as long as Snell's not signed? Yeah, I could see Yankee fan. I could see a Snell. Oh, get 3 likes to get 200. Okay, I could see a starter coming. I could see a starter coming in a trade, or off of waivers or somebody their fade or something like that. I could see them adding a starter in spring training. Who I don't know, and honestly, I really don't know. But that's what I got for you now. Have a great night. Again, peace and love to all you. You are the best group around, the best family around, and I wish you all the best. And Warvet, keep taking care of yourself, my man. Keep taking care of yourself. All right, Yusef. Love you guys and gals. Have a great night. Talk to you next time.